Alright, so today we're going to be having a look at the entirety of the 1950s, or quite a few bits from the 1950s Quality Street campaign. Because it's really important that although your product that you're looking at, that 1956 advert, is a standalone product, you still need to think about the fact that it fits into this wider campaign. And that's quite important for getting some background information, some context information for your study when you have to come and answer questions on it in your exam. So all of the images that I'm going to show you now are from the 1950s Quality Street campaign. Okay, so we've got 3 images here, 3 images here, and 3 images here. Okay, so let's go back to those original ones. Things that are really important for us to pay attention to and things that might jump out at us straight away. First of all, you can see from the beginning, Major Quality and Miss Sweetly are a large part of this campaign. They feature not only on the tin and the box in the initial advertisement, but then they also appear later on in the other 2 adverts. And in fact, that final advert, although the main characters are not Major Quality and Miss Sweetly in their nostalgic get-up, you can see the silhouette of them in the background as if they're a shadow, suggesting that perhaps these 2 characters are Major Quality and Miss Sweetly sort of in the future. We can also see that the tin is really important and it's got that sort of iconic purple, not only sweet that they're known for, but also through the label on that initial advert as well. And also the fact that the logo hasn't really changed compared to the advert that we're looking at. So we've still got the fact that it's Macintosh, it's a family brand, family name, but also that Quality Street written in that sort of cursive font as we see in our advert that we're studying. Now the next 3 images start to seem a little bit more like the one that we're studying, particularly the one on the far right. We can tell that times are sort of changing a little bit, although they all still fit in with the same campaign. We've got the brand mascots, Major Quality, Miss Sweetly, featuring in there, and then we've got 2 characters who, again, not completely dissimilar to the brand mascots, who are also positioned enjoying the sweets. And it's really promoting, again, this shareability of the product, which is something that they really want to emphasize. Now, what I'd like you to draw your attention to is in that middle poster, we've got Major Quality and Miss Sweetly in the photo frame, which again is very similar to what we have in our advert that we're looking at. But we've also got the characters themselves mimicking and matching the stance that Major Quality and Miss Sweetly are taking, or sort of the other way round. And that's quite important because if we look at the characters on the far right, they seem to be in a very similar position as well, and it's almost, in terms of its colour and its positioning and its layout, identical to the advert that we're studying. But we can also see that that same sort of matching of characters and brand mascots occurs throughout the whole of this campaign. Now, the advertisement on the left is probably the closest to the advert that we're looking at in terms of its layout, its colours, and also the fact that it's the similar sort of age group as well that's included, and it's sort of got that playful, flirty feel to it. What's interesting is that, again, Major Quality and Miss Sweetly seem to be matching or mimicking the characters that we've got on the towel, whereas in the image on the far right, we have Major Quality and Miss Sweetly sort of joining in with the action. Now, we've also got things that date these adverts that tell us that this is part of the 1950s. So we've got the fact that the full-length bathing suit is included. We've got the fact that the woman is sort of rolling her own yarn in the middle one. We've got characters holding props that would be considered incredibly racist today, but were a favourite toy at the time. So we've got things that help to date this campaign at the same time. And it's useful to have a look at these because, again, it gives you useful information for the exam as a whole. But what you can also do is to then come up with some similarities and differences between the other products and the one that we're looking at. So in terms of our similarities, all of the adverts have got high key lighting in them. We've got product placement being included in terms of the tin with the sweets in it. We can see the brand mascots all the way through. Most of the time they're in a frame as well, or framed somehow. We've also got the fact they make a large deal, they make a big idea about their family name. So promoting the fact that it's a family brand. Playful language, including similes, puns, all of those things that you'd expect to find in English. And we've got this sort of family values, the mascots mirroring the protagonist, and most importantly, that emphasis on sharing in one way or another. The difference is though that we have these varied protagonists. The product focus changes throughout, so we go from looking at just the sweets to the sort of characters and the narrative throughout. We get increased descriptions of the sweets as we move towards the late 1950s, and we have obviously better graphics, varied locations, and also slight differences within the packaging as well. But just thought this would be an interesting little look for you guys at the campaign as a whole. It's something that I get my students to do just as a worksheet, so it's something that you guys might find useful as well. And obviously it comes with it just a few little key terms that you might want to have a look at, make yourself some note cards for. If you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the button down below. If you click the little bell icon next to it, then you get instant notifications every time I upload a new video. You can get in touch with me through Twitter or by popping a question in the comments section down below. And I'll do my best to answer every single one of you guys, but I will see you later for another video.